Hello everybody, this is Dee from Dee's Delicious Bites, and I'm back with another video. So today, you guys, we are crafting once again, and I'm doing this because I love it, for one, and the second reason is because I have something that I need to get done and get sent out, because I guess postal rates are going to be going up and all kind of things are going to start happening with the postal service. So I want to get this done and sent out to the person that I'm sending it to. So today I am crafting my witch hat for Halloween. So you're going to need the Dollar Tree witch hat frame. Hope you can still find it. You're going to need a dowel, a wooden dowel or something, crochet hook, pencil, something to poke the batting. You're going to need a ruler. You're going to need a glue gun with glue sticks. I have wire cutters and scissors. I have deco mesh. I chose black and orange. I also have black and green, but I'm going to use these two today. You're going to need some ribbon of some sort, and I chose the pumpkin ribbon, jack-o'-lantern, and then I have some black and white polka dots. I've got a lot of other ribbons, but these are the two that I chose. I have some batting. I have the little witch legs from Dollar Tree, and the reason you need the batting is because we're going to stuff these legs. And then I just have some leftover leaves from when I did some other crafts, pipe cleaners from another craft. This is from the Dollar Tree, just some glittery, spooky twigs, and then some orange flowers. And then I took a hanger that I had, a wire hanger, and I broke the pieces off because I think I'm going to use these. If I don't, I'll end up using some of the pipe cleaner, but we'll see how it goes. And I will be back once I get all this stuff open because I don't want to waste time on camera doing that. Okay, family, so we are starting with the bows. We're going to make a boatload of bows, and they're really simple. Whatever color you want to be at the bottom or the brim of your hat is the color mesh you're going to do. You're going to take 6 inches of it. That's why you need a ruler. So I just go ahead and space out 6 inches and eyeball it. Just cut it straight up, as straight as you can go. And once I cut that, and you're going to cut a lot of those. Once I cut that, then I just go ahead and measure everything else from that. Let me come down. Sorry, excuse my hand. Come down so you can see. So once my head's cut off, you don't need to see my head. Once I get my 6 inches of deco mesh, I just take my ribbon and lay it on top of the deco mesh and measure it that way. That's 6 inches. So that's my contrasting ribbon. And then I like to take a little thin ribbon, and I really wish I had orange, but I don't. So I'm going to use this black polka dot. It would look better if it wasn't black on black, but it's what I have, so it's what I'm using. And you're going to take 6 inches of that and cut it and put it on top like that. So you have your ribbons layered, deco mesh. Then you've got your bigger ribbon. What is this? Is this 3 inches? This is 2.5 inches. So they're layered up just like that. And then you're going to lay them down, and you're just going to pinch your fingers together in the middle. Just pull them together until it looks like this. Simple and easy enough. And then you're going to take one of your pipe cleaners. Now your pipe cleaners are 12 inches long. You're going to cut them 3 times. You're going to have 4 inches each, because you don't need a whole pipe cleaner for this. You just need a little piece, enough to secure this and enough to secure around the wire. So just pinch it in the middle, put your pipe cleaner on, give it 2 or 3 good twists, and see you have enough left to secure it to the frame. So that's your bow. You're going to make a butt ton of those. So get to making, and we'll be back. Just keep making them until you run out of mesh, because you're going to need quite a few. I'll have it in the description how many I used. I'm winging it, y'all. Y'all know me. Okay, family, I've got all of my deco mesh cut up, and I got about 30 of these. I've got all of this ribbon cut up. There's about 20 of these. Don't worry. I've got all of this cut up. I think there's about 15 of these. So your bows are going to be various kinds of bows. Some of your bows will have everything on it. Some of your bows will just have 2 things on it. And some of your bows will just be this. And we're going to mix them all up in there. You're not going to be able to tell what has what. It's all just going to look really pretty. So you're just going to put all your 3 pieces together for as long as you have all 3. Then when you run out of one, you're just going to put what you have left together. And when you run out of that, you'll have the deco mesh left, and you're just going to scrunch that together, and that'll be all you have on there. So again, let's show you one more time. Take a piece of deco mesh, take a piece of contrasting ribbon, take a piece of your skinny ribbon, scrunch it together. And my deco mesh, and you want the good side up. And remember that your ribbon is wired ribbon, so you can make it do what you want it to do. Your pumpkin ribbon is wired ribbon. My small piece is not. My deco mesh came from Joann's. So Joann's has their deco mesh on sale. And I say grab it while you can. And so there is your bow. And you can make it do whatever you want it to do, however you want it to lay. When you start putting it together, you just make it do what you want. Because you can. So you're just going to make a bunch of these, get them all made, and I'll be back. I just want to come in real quick as I'm making these bows and tell you that when you lay down your deco mesh, you want the ends that are not cut to be the ends that you scrunch to the middle. Don't scrunch it this way. It won't look right. You need to scrunch it this way. Like that. That's how you want to scrunch it. With the ends that are clean, that are not cut, pull those 2 together. You don't want to scrunch it with your cut ends going together because it doesn't make as pretty of a bow. Okay, you guys, I ended up with 30 bows. I think I might need about 36. We are going to see. But now that we got all our bows made, and you can see some of them have just the deco mesh and the jack-o'-lantern. Some have the deco mesh, the jack-o'-lantern, and the polka dots. And some of them, as we got towards the end of the ribbon, where are they at? Some of them are just deco mesh. So you have 3 different kind, and you're just going to put them all together in there and mix them all up, and it'll be beautiful. You're not going to know what has what. So let me set all the bows aside, and then we will get to the witch's legs. So for the witch's legs, I just have some batting that I bought from Joann Fabrics. It is quilt batting, and it is small. It was like $5 or $6. I'm not even going to use all this, but that was as small as they had. Well, they actually had one that was smaller, but I have 2 of these to do. And I knew that the super small pack wasn't going to be enough, so I didn't get that. So these came from the Dollar Tree, these witch's legs. And you guys, I want to stuff them. I don't want them to just be, you know, flimsy. I want them to be puffy. So I am going to cut them. And don't get rid of anything, save it all, because I'm sure I can find somewhere to repurpose this, like maybe in the bow that I'll put on the top of the hat. So we're going to keep this mesh as well, because I'm pretty sure I'll be using it. So I just wanted to cut those. Now you see that they're open like this. You're going to stuff them with this batting. And that's why I said you needed a dowel, because you're going to need something to stuff that down in there. So that's why I have the dowel. So let's get that done, and you don't have to re-sew them when you're done stuffing them, because we're just going to glue them. So you don't have to restuff. And for this, I just rip it off. I'm not doing anything special. Just rip it off, stuff it down in there with your fingers, and you can stuff it as full and fat as you want, or as, you know, kind of loose as you want. I want mine kind of somewhere in between. And so you just stuff it down in there like this. And then you're going to take your dowel and push it down in there, just like that. So I'll be back when the leg is all stuffed. So here are the legs, all nice and stuffed instead of flat. So I like these like this. We're going to put these aside and move on to the next part, which is getting the witch's hat covered. But you guys, you know what? I really want to make it kind of crooked on top. So I got this hanger and I just, you know, pulled it apart. It's a wire hanger. I don't really care for wire hangers as far as using them in my home. I had this from the dry cleaners. So I'm just going to kind of loop it on here and probably end up hot gluing it if I have to. But I think once I start wrapping it with the deco mesh, it's going to be fine. And then that will allow me to be able to like make this really kind of like this, like crooked and to the side. I really like that. So that's why I wanted this hanger, to make the witch's hat like a little loop. So now I'm going to start wrapping the black deco mesh. Let me just make sure I've got this witch's hat turned in, or this this pointy piece turned in. I don't want that to where anybody can get stuck. So I'm just taking my pliers and turning it down. There we go. So it's kind of wiggly on here. It doesn't matter. Once we start wrapping it, it's going to be fine. If that bothers you, you can put a big dollop of glue on it. It really doesn't bother me. So I'm going to start wrapping with my black deco mesh. Let's get these things out of the way. And we're going to start wrapping from the top. I'm not going to wrap my wiggly piece yet. I'm going to wait on that. So I'm just going to wrap it. That's it, guys. And I think I'm going to go ahead and secure it. You know how I feel about that. Secure it with some glue. Make sure it doesn't go anywhere. So big dollop of glue at the top to secure the deco mesh. Right at the point. And then start wrapping. And where's my dowel? I'm going to smash that down with the dowel so I don't get burned. There. And then just wrap. And you can bunch it if you want, like make it tight like that to wrap it. Totally up to you. I'm going to move this way. I'm just going to wrap all the way down. Does not have to be perfect. And I'm trying to kind of leave it wide. I don't want it to bunch up really small because I want to make sure that I have enough. So I don't want it to be really like that. I want it to be open up so it covers more space, covers more surface. So that's why I'm trying to leave it open a little bit, leave it wide like that. And then just wrap. This is not easy. Well, it's not hard. It's just trying to do it, and this bottom piece is really like everywhere. You kind of need a big space to just twirl this thing. And you do want to overlap. There we go. And overlap. There. We're just going to keep going until we get it all wrapped. I'll be back when I'm done. So you guys, I hope you can see me from way back here. I had to scoot back away from the table so that I had room to work. And I just have it, you know, the bottom part propped up on my, probably can't see that, the brim of the hat propped up on my leg. And I let the ribbon, the deco mesh fall to the floor. And I am just wrapping it. Just overlapping. And just wrapping it. And I guess if you use the DollarTree ribbon or deco mesh, you're going to need a lot more as opposed to if you use the Joann's, because they have a lot more on their roll. Got some batting on there. And you don't need any for the brim because that's what all the other ribbons are for. They're going to cover the brim. So you don't need any for that. But if you get the Joann's deco mesh, you're only going to need the one. You will not need as much as you would need if you use DollarTree ribbon. There's just not a lot on those rolls. So we're just going to keep wrapping and overlapping. Wrapping and overlapping. I've never made this before, but I've seen so many YouTube videos that I wanted to make it, so I'm making it. You guys know how I am. I see it, I want to do it, I do it. So this is what it's looking like. Just keep wrapping. I'll be back. So I'm done wrapping, and what I actually ended up doing at the top was I just pulled the mesh up over that wire piece that I put up there. Just pull it up. And then we're going to put a bow up here. So that's going to cover this little hook. And then we're also going to put a hanger on it so we can hang it up. So then you got the brim that's left, and we're going to put all our bows on. But before we do that, I'm going to just put a little dollop of glue here because this is where the mesh stopped. And I know you can use pipe cleaner to do it, and you can use the zip ties to do it. I'm just going to use a little bit of glue. You're not going to see it, so it doesn't matter. I love my glue. You do it how you want to do it. I choose to glue it. And then we're going to put all of our bows on it. And that will be, you won't see any of that. So this is this. Just going to lay it down. And we're going to start attaching the bows. We're going to start attaching the bows to the brim. And that's the best part about having these pieces on here, because you're just going to put it on here and give it a twist. That's all we're doing. It's putting it on and giving it a twist. And I guess, let me see. Yeah. Twist it like that. And then I'm going to bring this one under so that there's nothing poking out. And we're just going to keep adding our bows in until it's all full. And just mix and match them. I like to go back and forth. I think I want to go back and forth. And don't forget that your ribbon is wired, so you can puff it up the way you want. The black ribbon, this ribbon is wired. So make it stand up, make it puff up. Don't let it just lay limp. Let it stand up. Okay? I'm just going to keep putting them on. Back and forth, or you can just go all the way straight across, however you want to do it, but you are going to fill up this whole bottom brim with your ribbons, and I'll be back. All right, you guys, so I'm just taking them and I'm putting them like top, bottom, because as you look at the brim, you see you have a top piece of wire and a bottom piece of wire. So I'm just going top, bottom, all the way across, and I just put it on. And I hold it up like this so I can see. Let me move you guys up to me. I hold it up like this so I can see the back of it. So I can see the back of it. It's hard to see, I'm sorry. And then I just twist it on the wire. And I just twist it until I don't have any more pipe cleaner to twist. And I make sure the pipe cleaner is down so that you're not getting stuck. Just grab another one. Hold this up and place this one on the bottom since my other one I just did was on the top. And I just twist it. Twist it on. And just keep going until I get it filled out. And I'll do some on this side, and then I'll look and see how it's balancing out. And then I'll do some on this other side. I'm looking for some of the ones that don't have, like this, anything on them. Because I tuck one of those in every so often. I keep looking at it to see which way I need to go. And you can just look at it and measure it up. And this one needs one that doesn't have any other color in it. So I'm just going to put it on. Wrap it around and just give it a twist. And make sure you tuck those pipe cleaners down because they will poke you. Take a piece, got your two loops, your two pieces of pipe cleaner, and you just put it around. You find you a spot. This is going to be pretty full, so you just put it around, you flip it over, and then you pull your ends up and you twist them. It's really very simple. A little tedious, but really very simple. And then I just push them together to make them, see, you're just going to keep filling it in. I'll be back when it's done. All right, you guys, I have filled it all in on the bottom. It's hard to get it all in the frame, but this is what it looks like. I love it. It's huge. I ended up doing 50 bows. I did 20 more of just the orange deco mesh. And tip that I found out as I'm going along is if you do bigger ribbons, you don't have to use as much. So now we're just going to decorate, and I think it's going to end up being a part 2 because I'm already 24 minutes in and I know my camera's going to cut out. So hold on one second. So you guys, I'm going to put my legs on. And I'm going to loop them underneath the wire. And you can hot glue them. See how I looped it? Whoops. How I just take it and put it underneath the wire. And this is working from the back. And then you can hot glue that down. Right here. Where you pull it through. You can hot glue that. I am going to sew it. I'm not going to hot glue it because I want to make sure it stays. Be right back. So I'm just doing a quick running stitch across the back. This is more than you have to do. You really can just glue it. I prefer not to. So I'm just sewing it. So I have the legs sewn on, and now I'm going to start decorating the top with all my